डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आज के सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस का सीरीज़ का टॉपिक है भक्ति सूफी ट्रेडिशन, थीम 6, क्लास 12th, मेडिवल इंडिया। सबसे पहले 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ हेजियोग्राफी? क्वेश्चन 2, हु कॉइन्ड द टर्म ग्रेट एंड लिटिल ट्रेडिशंस? चॉइस है इसमें ए रॉबर्ट रेडफील्ड, बी दुआर्ते बारबोसा, सी डोमिंगो पेज, D. Nunez. Question number 3. Name the principal deities of Vedic tradition. 4. Name the principal deities of Puranic tradition. 5. Mention the expressions of devotion in Vaishnava and Shiva sect in this period. That is the Bhakti Sufi period. Question 6. Which two categories the historians classify Bhakti traditions in? Question 7. Name the early Bhakti movements or community of South India. 8. Match the following. The name of Bhakti saints have to be matched with their related deities. First is Andal, second is Karaikal, third is Basavana, and fourth is Shankar Deva. And it has to be matched with A. Shivling, B. Vishnu, C. Bhagavad Puran, and D. Shiva. Question number 9. Lord Jagannath was a popular deity in which place by 12th century? Again choice A, that is first is Patna, second is Pune, third is Puri, and fourth is Pavapuri. Question number 10. The material used to make the images of Jagannath, Subhadra and Balram is A, again choice A is metal, B is stone, C wood, and D clay. Question 11. Name the anthology of Alvars which is also called Tamil Veda. 12. The poems of Appar, Sambandar and Sundarar form the collection that is called A, choice A is Vachan, B Tevaram, C Abhang, D Tamil Veda. You have to choose among them. Question 13. Which Chola ruler had consecrated the images of Appar, Sambandar and Sundarar in Shiva temple? A. Rajaraj Chol, B. Rajendra Chol, C. Parantaka first, and D. Krishnadevaraya. Question 14. The existence of the composition of women saint poets posed a challenge to, again choice, first matriarchal norm, second patriarchal norm, third Purana norms, or fourth Sufi norms. Question 15. Name the 3 most significant temples constructed under patronage of Chola kings. Again there are choice A, there are 3, each has 3 sets of temple. A. Chidambaram, Tanjavur and Gangai Konda Cholapuram. B. Mahabalipuram, Brihadeshwara temple and Kailashnath. C. Sanchi Stupa, Devghar temple and Barabar caves. D. Amravati, Gangai Konda Cholapuram and Kailashnath. Again you have to choose among them. Question 16. Basavana, a Brahman, was initially a dash in the court of dash king. Again choices, sets of 2 each. A is Buddhist and Chola, B is Jaina and Chalukya, C is Jaina and Pallava, and D is Buddhist and Pandya. Question 17. Who were ulemas? 18. In 711 CE, an Arab general dash conquered dash. 19. Which Islamic communities established the Delhi Sultanate in 13th century? Choice again A. Arabs and Iranians, B. Turks and Afghans, C. Arabs and Turks, and D. Afghans and Iranians. Question 20. Match the following terms with their respective meanings. There are 4 terms. First Zimmi, second Jazia, third Sharia, and fourth Ulema. And the choices are A. Tax paid by non-Muslim in Sultanate or Muslim rule, B. Law governing Muslim community, C. Protected non-Muslims under Muslim rule, and D. Scholars of Islamic studies. You have to match all of them. Question 21. Define matrilocal. 22. Name the two sectarian affiliations of Muslims. 23. Name the term used to describe the tomb shrine of the Sufi Sheikh. A. Mosque. B. Dargah. C. Khanqahs, and D. Mausoleum. You have to choose among them. Question 24. Which Sufi saint is known as Garib Nawaz? A. Nizamuddin Aulia. B. Bakhtiyar Kaki. C. Muinuddin Chishti or Sizdi. D. Ganje Shakar. Question 25. The theme of book Padmavat is, again choice, A. Religious verses. B. Love story. C. Murder mystery, or D. Saying of saints. Question 26. Who is the author of Padmavat? 27. Mirabai belonged to A. Nayanar Sen. B. Alwar Saints. C. Rajput family of Merta, or D. Lingayat Saints. Question 28. Which idea was challenged by Lingayats? A. Again choice. A. Ideas of caste discrimination. B. Ideas of temple construction. C. Ideas of singing hymns. And D. Ideas of marriage. 29. Which one of the following is basic principle of Islam? A. Practice violence. B. Worship statues. C. Observe celibacy. D. Offer prayers 5 times a day. Question 30. Match the following Sufi saints with their location of their dargah. A. Sheikh Moinuddin Sizdi. B. Khwaja Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. C. Sheikh Fariduddin Ganje Shakar. D. Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia. And E. Sheikh Nasiruddin Chirag Dilli. Now here there is a repetition of city. Delhi has come thrice. You have to match them. First Delhi, second Ajmer, third again Delhi, fourth Ajodhan, that is in Pakistan, and fifth again is Delhi. So you have to match them. Question 31. Match the verses of Kabir with its distinct traditions. There are 3 points only. A. Kabir Bijak. B. Kabir Granthawali, and C. Adi Granth Sahib. And you have to match them with 1. Sikh tradition, 2. Kabir Panth, that is in Varanasi, and 3. Dadu Panth, Rajasthan. Question 32. Who was the first king to visit the dargah of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti? A. Akbar. B. Ghiyasuddin Khalji. C. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and D. Humayun. Question 33. Which saint declared that absolute or Rab had no gender or form? Choices are A. Guru Nanak. B. Mirabai. C. Guru Gobind Singh. D. Basavna. 34. Name the 2 poets and the court historians who visited the hospice of Nizamuddin Aulia and wrote about the Sheikh. Question 35. Match the following practices of Sufi Dargah with their meaning. You have to match them. A, B, C, D. That is A. Ziyarat, B. Barakat, C. Zikr, and D. Sama. And you have to match with 1. Spiritual grace, 2. Pilgrimage, 3. Performing mystical music, and D. or 4th. Divine names reciting. Question 36. Match the following Sufi compositions with their meaning. Again, you have to match 4 with A, B, C, D. First is Prem Akhya, second is Lori Nama, third is Shadi Nama, and fourth is Dakkani poems. And you have to match with A. Short poems sung during household work, B. Wedding song, C. Lullabies, and D. Love story. Question 37. Name the Sufi communities which accepted courtly offices. 38. To which family did Mirabai belong, and in which family was she married? Question 39. Who compiled Adi Granth Sahib? 40. Question number 40. Adi Granth Sahib was a compilation of several poet saints. Name them. This completes our 1 mark questions. Coming to the 3 marks question segment. Question number 1. Why did the people of medieval India turn towards Bhakti and Sufi movement? What was their main mode of expression towards devotion? Question 2. What did historians mean by integration of cult? Explain with examples. 3. Who coined the term great and little traditions? What did he mean by it? Here there is a repetition, as I told you before. Questions will be repeated for your better practice. Question 4. What was tantric practice and how did it come into conflict with Vedic traditions? Question 5. Write some basic features of early bhakti traditions. In which two categories was bhakti tradition divided and what were their meaning? Question 6. Which two major bhakti tradition or community emerged in South India in medieval period? What were their main beliefs or their features? Question 7. Name the principal devotees of the two categories of bhakti tradition of South India and also mention the works or the text or the composition by them. Question 8. Why were the kings interested in proclaiming their connection with bhakti and Sufi saints? How was this relation projected? Question 9. Who was Basavana? What movement did he start in 12th century Karnataka? Question 10. What were the disciples of Basavana called? What was the main features of this tradition? Question 11. Which religious leaders of non-Brahmanical framework became popular in 13th century North India? What were the reasons of their rise and what were their main features? 12. Give reasons of advent of Sufi movement in 13th century India. 13. Give a glimpse of Islam in India before 13th century, or the question can come in other way. Explain the contacts with lands beyond sea that existed in the first millennium CE till 711 CE before Delhi Sultanate. Question number 14. What was the religious following in Indian subcontinent in 13th century? How did the Muslim rulers adjust with that? Question 15. What are the 5 pillars of Islam? 16. How was the universal features of Islam affected by diversity of local tradition? Or the question can come in this way. To what extent the architecture of mosque in the Indian subcontinent reflect a combination of universal ideals and local tradition? Question 17. By which names were the people of Islamic belief called in India before being named as Muslims? Where were these names found by historians? Question 18. Discuss or mention the major beliefs and practices that characterize Sufism. Question 19. Explain with examples the meaning of A. Ba-Sharia and B. Be-Sharia. Question 20. How was the life in a Khanka? Who lived there? Question 21. Write a note on radical interpretation of Sufi ideals outside Khankas. Question 22. What were the major practices followed in the Khankas? Question 23. Name the royal visitors to Ajmer Sharif during medieval period. What was the reason for the popularity of Ajmer Sharif? Question 24. How were prayers offered at Sufi dargahs? 25. How did the Sufi saints exemplify interaction with indigenous devotional tradition or the local culture? Or the question can come in this way. What were the reasons of popularity of Sufi saints in Indian subcontinent? 26. Explain the relation of Chishtis Sufi saints with state, that is kings or emperors. 27. Mention the main text in which verses of Kabir are inscribed. 28. How did Kabir express his verses, that is language? 29. What messages were spread by Baba Guru Nanak? 30. What is the contribution of Guru Gobind Singh? 31. Write a note on Mirabai. 32. Why do the teachings and traditions of Baba Guru Nanak, Kabir and Mirabai remain significant in 21st century? Question 33, that is the last question of this segment, 3 marks question. How do historians reconstruct histories of religious tradition of medieval era? Coming to the third segment of our set of questions, 8 marks question. Question number 1. Give an account of the striking features of Bhakti Sufi tradition of medieval India. Second, Who were Alvars, Nayanars and Vishaivas? How did they express the critique of caste system? Third, discuss the life and teachings of Baba Guru Nanak, Kabir and Mirabai. Fourth, examine how and why rulers tried to establish connection with the tradition of Bhakti and Sufi saint. 5. What are the universal features of Islam? How did Islam combine with indigenous traditions of Indian subcontinent? 6. This is a statement. By 13th century, Sufism evolved into a well-developed movement in India. In the light of this statement, explain the Sufi tradition with examples. Next segment, segment 4, question based on source and figures. Here we'll go page wise from the chapter. Question number 1, page 140, figure 6.1, bronze sculpture. Questions are: what does the picture depict? Second, name another woman devotee of Shiva other than the name given in the figure. Third, how did they express their devotion? That is the women devotees. Second question, page 141, great and little tradition. First question, who coined the term great and little tradition? Second, what did it describe? Third question, page 141, figure 6.2, Jagannath. Question 1, what does the picture depict? Second, how does this picture explain great and little tradition? And third, what material and art form is used in this image? Question 4, page 142, figure 6.3, sculpture of Marichi. Question, whose sculpture is given here? With whom is she equated? That is, with which goddess? And second, where was it found by archaeologists? Where is the sculpture found by the archaeologists? Third, what does this sculpture signify? Fourth, what is the material used in this sculpture? Question 5, page 144, source 1, the Chaturvedins. Question is, where is this excerpt taken from? Second, whom did Alvars and Nayanar pray to? Third, what was their attitude towards caste system? And fourth, name the Alvar devotee given in this source. Question 6, page 144, source 2, Shastras or devotion. Question, where is this excerpt taken from? Second question, what was the attitude of poet saints towards gender difference? Explain with example. Third question, name the Nayanar devotee given in this source. Question 7, page 144, box, devotional literature. Question, what was Tamil Veda? Second, what is inscribed in this text? That is the Tamil Veda. Question 8, page 145, figure and source 3, a demon. Question, who wrote this excerpt? Second question, why is the topic named demon? And third, what contradiction of feminist beauty is depicted by the poetess? Question 9, page 146, figure 6.5, Natraj. There are many questions here in this for this figure. First, how is Shiva depicted in this picture? Second, name the magnificent Shiva temple built by Chola rulers. This is a repeat. Third, which metal is used to make the sculpture? Fourth, whose vision, that is which Bhakti sect's vision, inspired the artist? Next, who revered the Alvars and Nayanars? Next question, how did the Chola king try to win support of Bhakti saints, that is Alvars and Nayanars? Next question, why did they proclaim their support? Next question, which Chola king consecrated metal images of some of the Alvar Bhakti saints? Next question, what were the names of these Alvar saints? And the last question of page 146, figure 6.5 is, in which text is their composition compiled? Question 10, page 147, source 4, rituals and the real world. First question, who was Basavana? Second, what movement did he start? Third, what were his devotees called? Fourth, what was his attitude towards ritual, caste, theory of rebirth, etc.? And last question, how did he convince his listeners? 11th question, page 147, box, New religious developments. There's only one question here. Mention the two major developments of this period. Question 12, page 148, figure 6.6, a page from Quran. Question is, what does the picture depict? Second, who established Delhi Sultanate? Third, who means which group of people? Third, whose power was undermined due to this development? Fourth, how did it change the cultural and religious realm of Indian subcontinent? Question 13, page 149, box Sharia. What is Sharia? Who is ulema? Second question. Third, what policy did the Muslim rulers adopt to rule the non-Muslim majority? Explain with examples. And fourth question, who was Muhammad bin Qasim? Question 14, page 150, figure 6.7, Mughal painting. Question, what does the picture depict? Second question, which Mughal king adopt tolerant attitude towards his subject the most? Third question, what exemptions were adopted by Mughal rulers? Question 15, page 150, source 5, a church in Khambat. First question, where is this excerpt taken from? Second, where is Khambat? Third, what does this excerpt depict? And fourth, from whom did Akbar anticipate opposition? Question 16, page 150, source 6, reverence for the Jogi. Question, where is the excerpt taken from? Second question, what does this excerpt depict? Third, whom did the Jogi worship? And fourth, what was the emperor's attitude towards Jogi? Question 17, page 151, figure 6.8, Khoja ki manuscript is the topic. Question, what does the figure depict? Second question, where do the Khojas come from? Third, which Islamic sect are they from, or do they belong? Next question, what new mode of communication did Khoja develop from local tradition? And last question of figure 6.8 is, name the regional languages used by them for their poems. Question number 18, page 151, figure 6.9, a mosque in Kerala. Question, what does the picture depict? Second question, what is matrilocal? This question is again a repeat. Third, how is the blend of universal faith blended with local tradition exemplified in architecture of this picture? This question is also a repeat. Then next is, which Muslim community settled along Malabar coast, that is Kerala, and which language did they adopt? Next question, page 152, figure 6.10, Atia Mosque, Bangladesh is the topic of this figure. Question is, what does the picture depict? Second question, what material was used to build this structure? Third, which features of this structure indicate universal idea of Islam? And fourth, what is mihrab and what is minbar? Question 20, page 152, figure 6.11, mosque in Srinagar. Question is, what does the picture depict? Second question, what local feature of architecture is adopted, or what local material was used to build this mosque? Question 21, page 153, box Sufism and Tasawwuf and names of Silsila. Both come together. Question, when was the word Sufism coined? Second, what word is used in Islamic text for Sufism? Third, what are its various meanings? That is the meaning of Sufism or Sufi. Next question is, who were Sufis? Next is, what did they regard Prophet Muhammad as? That is the Sufis. And the last question, what are Khankas and Silsila in Sufi tradition? Question 22, page 155, box Data Ganj Baksh is the topic. Question, who was Abul Hasan Hujwiri? Where did he settle? What book did he write is the third question. Then what did his book explain is the next question. And then next question is, how is he revered as and why? First question of this segment is, who was Abul Hasan Hujwiri. Question 23, page 155, figure 6.12, painting of 17th century. Question is, what does the picture depict? Second question, how does the artist differentiate between the sheikh and his disciple? Next is, how did the disciple offer their devotion in Dargah? And next question is, why did Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti's Dargah become popular? Again, this question is a repeat. Question 24, page 156, figure 6.13, greeting by sheikhs. Question, what does the picture depict? Second, who painted this picture and when? Third, what was Akbar's contribution to Ajmer Sharif Dargah? Next, how many times did Akbar visit the Dargah? And last question of figure 6.13 is, what was his purpose of visit? That is Akbar's purpose of visit to Moinuddin Chishti's Dargah, that is Ajmer Sharif. Question 25, page 157, source 7, pilgrimage of Jahanara. Question, where is this excerpt taken from? Second question, what does the excerpt depict? Third question, how does Jahanara show devotion to the saint? And fourth is, what does she call herself? Question 26, page 157, box, lamp of entire land. Question, who is the writer of this paragraph? Second, about whom did the writer mention? Third, how did people celebrate their shrine visit? Question 27, page 158, box, Amir Khusro, and also the figure 6.14. Question, who was Amir Khusro? Second, what was call? Third, what languages were used to write the poetry? And fourth, what were the ideas and modes of expression used to show devotion towards the Sufi saint? Again, this is a repeat question. Question 28, page 158, source 8, Charkhanama. Question, what does the song given in this excerpt depict? Second, how did the Sufi saints express their composition? Give examples. Third, explain the genre of Sufi poetry composed in Bijapur, Karnataka. Give examples. Question 28, page 159, box, Sufi and the state. Question, which Sufi saints were associated with state and took court offices? Second, how did king and emperors associate themselves with Sufi saint and why? Again, these two questions are repeat. Third, how did Chishtis mention their relation with the state? Question 30, page 160, source 9, declining of royal gift. Question, what does the excerpt depict? Second question, where is the excerpt taken from? Third, what does the excerpt tell us about the modes of communication between sheikh and his disciple? Question number 31, page 160, figure 6.15, Salim Chishti's Dargah, and figure 6.16 on page 162. They are together. Question is, what is this Dargah? Where is this Dargah situated? Second question, who was Sheikh Salim Chishti? Third, what did the Dargah symbolize? Fourth, what was Akbar's association with Sufi saints? Question 32, page 161, source 10, the one Lord. Question, by which names Kabir calls the God? Second, what was Kabir's idea of spreading his thoughts? Third, in which traditions the verses of Kabir compiled? Fourth, what language and style were used in Kabir's poems? Fifth, how did Kabir describe the ultimate reality? Sixth, what conflicting ideas are expressed in Kabir's poems? Seventh, how do we conclude that the verses belong to Kabir? Next, what is the importance of Kabir's legacy? And the last question of page 161, source 10 is, who was Kabir's guru according to the hagiographies? Question 33, page 164, source 11, that is Love for Lord, and figure 6.17, that is Krishna's sculpture. Question 1 is, who was Mirabai? Whom was she married to? Again, this is a repeat question. Next question, what does the source depict? Third question, what was her attitude towards the king and royal family? That is Mirabai's attitude. Next question, Who was Mirabai's preceptor? That is Guru. Next, what all did Mirabai defy or reject? Next question, where is Mirabai's songs sung mainly? Next, what is the relevance of Guru Nanak, Kabir and Mirabai in 21st century? This question is also a repeat. Next question, what type of bhakti did Guru Nanak advocate? Next, what were the principal ideas of Guru Nanak's teachings? Next question, what do you mean by Rab and Shabad and Guru Bani? The three terms have to be explained or defined. Next question is, who was Guru Nanak's main disciple and what musical instrument did he play? Now the questions related to Guru Nanak I have added in this because there is no separate source or figure for Guru Nanak, and these questions are important, so I have added them here only, which is going to be helpful for you. Question number 34, page 165, box, Shankar Deva. First question, who was Shankar Deva? Second, what are his teachings called? Third, what was his teachings focused at? Fourth, what was his idea of worship to the Lord? And fifth, his major compositions include dash. So you have to name it. And the last question of set of question is page 166, box, sources used to reconstruct history of Sufi tradition. Question, name the sources given in this paragraph to know about Sufi tradition. And the next question, that is the last question of the set of questions, set of questions is, what sources were used by historians to understand the religious tradition of medieval India? Give examples. With this, we come to the end of this set of question. Thank you very much. Dear students, अगर मेरा वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर करें, लाइक करें और चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें. थैंक यू.